In Court on TKLA Television is brought to you in part by Campbell Bonding Company. Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
Boone County case 2016-300. This is State of Arkansas versus Kalijah Scott. Kalijah. Mr. Scott, you're before the court for arraignment on charges of possession of a controlled substance, methamphetamine, a Class D felony. On those charges, have you made any arrangements to be represented by an attorney?
I filled out the paper for a future, but I don't talk to you.
Pardon me?
I filled out for vendor paper, so they gave it in, but I mean, I know I'm contacting me about Monday.
Okay. So you haven't been contacted by anybody at this point, but has the application been made? We gotten to the public defender's office?
A different first name on it, the last name of Scott.
We have Jeremy Scott. Are you Jeremy Scott?
No, I'm Kalijah Scott.
Well, all right. But you did fill out the paperwork?
Yes, Your Honor.
We'll have to track it down. I read to you the charge in your case. It's possession of a controlled substance, methamphetamine, a Class D felony. On that charge, how do you now plead?
No contest.
I'm gonna put you down for a not guilty. Till you talk to an attorney, I'm not going to accept a plea like no contest or guilty, anything like that. So I'm putting you down for not guilty. We'll have to track down your application to the public defender's office.
Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Since it's my first felony, if I do plead guilty, if I don't get in trouble like that again in a year, can I just get it?
Judge, if we could get him over here, I think we could probably dispose of this case. The facts aren't that complicated, and
Judge, we do have a crime lab result back. I sent the public defender's office a letter last night because I didn't know who represents him. Apparently nobody does at this point. But it does have a proposal that I've talked to Mr. Gibson about briefly, which may very well resolve this case.
All right. I'm gonna put Mr. Scott down to be brought over for the afternoon session. Brought over at 1:30. You may be excused. 2016-200, State of Arkansas versus Mitchell Christensen.
Judge, there's an eval pending on Mr. Christensen, and I have been in contact with the VA trying to come up with alternative placements for Mr. Christensen until he is transported for eval, but as of yet been unable to do so. I was in their office just yesterday afternoon, so.
All right. He was down today for a pretrial, but I understand the status of his case, and we'll continue to pursue that. Let's see if we can't.
Judge, we've sent everything to Billy, right? So they have it. As much as possible, we've asked them to expedite things, but
Yeah.
Judge, if we could approach.
Yes. All right. Mr. Christensen, you may be excused. This case is pending evaluation at this time. You may be excused. 2016-216, State of Arkansas versus Jackie Glover. Where are we on? Who's representing Mr. Glover?
Judge, it shows that we are, but neither one of us has a file for Mr. Glover, so.
Oh, okay. Last appearance was January 27th. He did not appear. He was from DOC. We got an order of transport to get him here today. Once again, we're moving towards in this case, a March 13th trial week. We have it down for pre-trial today. Is this matter for pre-trial?
Judge, like I said, I'm not. Mr. Glover, have you filled out an application to the Public Defender's Office in this case?
Yeah. Your what?
Mr. Bunch was representing him.
Oh. Is that who you saw back in August? Is that who you saw back in August?
And Judge, it looks like Mr. Bunch did in August sometime file a motion for discovery in this case. Probably it's just that Mr. Glover's not been available to us that we don't have.
There is an application in the file that was filed in August.
Okay. Judge, since he's up from the DOC, can we have him brought over this afternoon and see if we can take care of this case?
All right. I'm going to direct, Mr. Glover, I'm going to direct you be brought over for the afternoon session of court.
Thank you.
Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
This way. I'm deep in the rugged wilderness, and I haven't seen a soul in weeks. You have to be extremely tough to survive way out here.
Hey, love your show.
Thanks.
Qualified buyers get 0% APR for 60 months plus $1,500 special edition bonus on a new 2017 Special Edition Tundra. Hurry in today. Toyota Trucks, a heritage built on adventure. Toyota, let's go places.
Ah, sweet Louise, do you dream of Hercules? To be the best dressed for a tan, where you sure are something, the best there ever was.
The new Sport Heritage line.
Well, it won't mean nothing unless I try my luck and bring her out to you, Louise.
Only from Yamaha.
(2016) 188, State of Arkansas versus Josh Dooley.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Your Honor, I believe the only thing that we have pending before the court today is a motion for continuance. We did file a motion for discovery, and the state has complied and sent us quite lengthy discovery. There are a few items that we have requested from the state, and I understand that they're looking into them. If I might just make a record of those items, we did submit to Mr. Carter 2 letters regarding those items, and we filed them with the clerk, and I've spoken with him today, and he's followed up on them. And if I can just make a record
All right.
of those items. Number 1, medical prenatal records of Alexis Dunaway and Miles Dunaway. Number 2, any RETCAM images, CT images, and MRI images of Miles Dunaway from North Arkansas Regional Medical Center and from Arkansas Children's Hospital. Number 3, audio of the 911 call regarding Miles Dunaway on February 20, 2016. Number 4, any video depicting Josh Dooley at the Harrison Police Department on February 29, 2016, as referenced by Detective Schaefer on pages 8 and 9 of his probable cause affidavit, and any corresponding audio of that encounter. And finally, there's body cam footage and interview footage, body cam footage from the day of the incident, and audio footage and interview footage of Kim McCoy, and both of them appeared to cut off while people are talking. And so we've requested that if there's any additional body cam footage or audio video footage from those interviews, that we be given those items.
And Judge, talking to Detective Schaefer, at least the one that occurred at the apartment complex is designed to run approximately 30 minutes, and it runs 30 minutes and 59 seconds and cuts off because that's all the capacity that particular type of body cam has. I have forwarded the information to Detective Schaefer because, as the court knows, he's very meticulous about gathering things, and on the things that he potentially can answer, he's working on those.
All right. Right now, we have this matter down.
It's set for trial, Your Honor, on March 13th. I have filed an answer to the motion for continuance. The state does not object to it for the reasons that I stated in the motion. This case is very complex and requires a lot of medical testimony and examination of medical records.
Okay. At this point, from counsel, what is the expectation that we'll actually be able to try it that week?
I don't think we'll be ready to proceed that week, Your Honor.
Because I do know we have other cases set that week, but
Your Honor,
if we were going to try this that week, then we need to move the other cases out. But if it's the expectation is it can't be ready for trial that week, then we probably need to start finding another week. Projected time of trial you have at this point, is a week going to be sufficient?
I think a week would be sufficient, and it based on what I believe each side will present. There will be doctors and other experts on the stand probably for 3 days.
The defense would agree with that, Your Honor. I think that the majority of the testimony probably is going to come from medical experts.
And, Your Honor, we have a jury trial period on August 7th, and then we have one on, I think it's September 6th. The problem, in my view, with the one in September is it begins the Tuesday after Labor Day.
Okay.
And starting a trial of this nature right after a holiday, I'm not sure is necessarily the best thing. I would think, at least at this point, shooting for the August date would be best, but I don't know what their calendar is.
I think that the August week could work for us, Your Honor.
What week was that, August?
I believe it's August 7th.
Okay. Well, why don't we then set it up for, block it out for August 7th. We'll continue it to that date. Yes. And we'll put it down August 7th. And then we need to have a date to set up for a pretrial. It sounds like there's going to be extensive pretrial hearings. Is that correct?
I would anticipate that, Your Honor.
I would agree. And in fact, Your Honor, if we could maybe come back for a status hearing sometime in the spring, that might be good. We might be able to knock some of these motions out even prior to getting close to the trial date.
Well, let's find a date separate from these Friday sessions, which are so jammed full at this point, to have the let's say in May. If we can look at a date in that time frame. I know I don't have a lot of holes in my. June 1st work?
That works for me, Your Honor.
Holly, what day of the week is June 1st?
Thursday.
Should work for me.
Okay. All right. Well, let's block out those two, that day, and then the week of August 7th at this point, and try to work our schedules around getting this tried in that time frame.
All right, that sounds good. We have nothing further, Your Honor.
All right.
May I be
Thank you.
excused?
You may be excused.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You may be excused.
Sam Alexander Pharmacy has expanded and is now offering many additional products and services. Their new pharmaceutical compounding area allows them to create products to fit the unique needs of a customer. They also have added Spinco orthotic shoes and sandals, Dr. Comfort diabetic shoes, baby gifts by Aiden and Anais, and toys by Melissa and Doug. Stop in today and let them help you with any of your specialty pharmaceutical needs. Sam Alexander Pharmacy, your local Health Mart pharmacy in Harrison.
So I'm cruising here in my new Camry, following the nav's predictive traffic. That's when I saw smoke coming from the pet store. I called 911 on the Bluetooth and began the rescue. The owner gave me this as a reward.
Wait, you got a new Camry?
The 2017 Camry. It'll surprise a few people.
Get $2,500 customer cash, or qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus a $1,000 subvention bonus on a new 2017 Camry. Toyota, let's go places.
I'm Randall. I work at the on-site lab at Dental Creations on the square at Harrison. Working with Dr. Wanda is great. She's taught me a lot and showed me a lot, and she gives us the freedom to get one-on-one with the patient. If there's a problem, we can actually come out of the back and do what's best for the patient. Having this on-site lab here with the doctors, that's really nice.
Dental Creations on the square in Harrison, next to the Big Red Boot.
2016-222 State of Arkansas versus Port Arthur Keogh.
Standing in for Mr. Bunch on this case, Your Honor. I don't believe there's any action to be taken today.
Let's see. This is it's down for pretrial today. According to with trial beginning March 13th. So where do we stand, Mr. Carter? Is this case, have you had you've gotten discovery in?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Judge, Mr. Kehoe is co-defendant with Mr. Jeffries, who's in federal custody, and 3 other individuals. Mr. Kehoe did not appear in court back on January 27th, and a failure to appear, failure to appear warrant was issued.
Do we have a service date on that?
Let me see. No, there's nothing filed after the order that issues that warrant. Another motion. So the last order that's in the file is the court directed a warrant should issue, and the matter and the alias warrant is outstanding at this time. Do you know how he came to be in jail again?
I don't, Your Honor. It's Mr. Bunch's case. I've got one of the co-defendants. I'm just standing in for on this case today.
Is Mr. Bunch going to be here today, or?
I don't think so, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Carter, where does this whole case stand?
Ready for trial, Judge.
So we're moving towards the trial of this matter.
That is correct.
We don't know if he's ever met with Mr. Bunch because he's had the failure to appear. I don't know if he's been in contact with Mr. Bunch yet.
Okay. Mr. Keogh, how did you come to be in jail at this point?
I was arrested in Webb City, Missouri.
When was that?
The 9th.
The 9th of February?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Apparently the warrant hasn't been returned to the clerk's office to be put in the file. So we'll show you. Pardon?
I had tried to talk to that court know that I acted on that day. Not give us difference.
Okay.
And talk to the public defender's office.
The public defender's office up there, or the public defender's office here?
Here, sir.
Okay. Well, we'll try to find out about this. I'm going to direct that you be brought over this afternoon, and we'll try to get this straightened out. This case needs to get back on track. So
yes, sir.
We'll take it up this afternoon.
Thank you, sir.
2016, 294 and 349, State of Arkansas versus Taylor McNair.
And I believe we're here for a reappearance.
Yes.
No action to be taken today. Looks like Mr. McNair has 2 open files. I've got discovery in 16294.
Is there no discovery in 349?
No, sir.
Mr. Carter, Mr. Friend says he hasn't received discovery in one of Mr. McNair's 2 cases. Is there an issue in that? He was not arraigned in the case until January 27th. He was told to reappear on the 14th. And that's really the last that's in this file.
Judge?
That's all it's to.
In looking through the file, he may be correct. I don't see a note here that we handed him discovery.
Okay. Well, this is the date for the reappearance in the first case. Mr. Friend is appointed, and I'm just trying to see. On the second case, I don't know that we've arraigned him.
Yes, sir, we did on the 27th.
Right, that's what I said. We've got him arraigned on that date, and then I told him to reappear. He was to reappear on February 14th. But I don't see anything in the file that suggests he's filled out an application to the Public Defender's Office.
February 14th was a Tuesday, wasn't it?
We transferred that case to Division 3 to hospital.
For whatever reason, I put it down to 14th.
Gave him the 24th to reappear.
Okay. I guess maybe that's what it is. Okay. Well, the discovery needs to be completed. The record reflects he's applied to the Public Defender's Office. You're representing him, is that
Yes,
correct?
sir.
All right. Well, let's get discovery done on that one. And this court's going to set it down as a companion case, set it down for June 5th, trial week. It's going to set it down for reappearance on April 21st for a pre-trial date in Mr. McNair's case.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mm-hmm. The clerk's office has a document dating, it's filed of record this date, but apparently he's attempting to join the CORE program. Is everybody aware of that?
First I've heard of it.
I'm going to file this of record. In these cases. At the present time, obviously he's incarcerated. Mr. Friend, was this something that was discussed in terms of his bond at the last appearance?
Not that I'm aware of, Your Honor.
I think there was some discussion. It's kind of a vague recollection. We have so many cases running through here at this time. That was one of the things we discussed. But in any case, I don't show, at least in 2016, 349, which of course was assigned to the Division 3 docket of Judge Putman, but I think we transferred it over to Division 4.
And I believe I have an order.
I don't show a bond in that case.
Judge, in the 294 case, his bond was revoked because he was out on bond when he went on his latest criminal spree.
That's documented in 2016 349?
Yes.
Is there a request for bond or a reduction in bond?
We would ask for a reduction in bond, Your Honor. Don't know what it's currently set as. It was revoked.
He been arrested on a bond and then took the police chase where he hit people at the scene of an accident, etc.
Sir?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm having difficulty understanding you. Yes, you may.
While I was incarcerated, I filled out, since I did work, what I'm trying to get rehab, just wanting to try to back my book or whatnot, and also I just wanted to do more, and maybe I could get it.
Judge, he's indicated while he was incarcerated, he's applied to the CORE program. Of course, the court's aware CORE is an out-of-state program, and the state does not feel comfortable with Mr. McNair being out of state.
Does the state have a recommendation on bond?
Yeah, our recommendation, Your Honor, based upon his latest spree, is that it stay at no bond. If the court feels compelled pursuant to our Constitution that the court has to set a bond, we would request that it be set at $100,000. Your Honor, the charges here, the initial charges were not that serious, but his episode that led to the revocation of bond is serious, and it created quite a problem for law enforcement in this area, so I think a $100,000 bond would be reasonable.
Taylor, can you make any sort of bond?
Yes, if I could make $75,000 or $75,000 on catch a throw. I mean, I talked to that. I need to phone for my family to take these charges. I'm ready to start up this road my prep forward.
Where would you be bonding out to?
On my dad's house.
Which is where?
976 San Luis Lane. It's in Bedford Spring. It's in Harrison.
I'm going to set bond at $50,000 cash or professional bond. It'll be conditioned upon no use of drugs or alcohol, and that he not operate a motor vehicle. He can ride in one, but I'm not going to allow him to drive while he's out on bond. So that'll be the conditions of bond.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I know that he's applied to court, and as I indicated, I don't really want him out of state, and I'd ask that to be a requirement.
Okay, I'll restrict him to remain in the state of Arkansas while out on bond.
There is Care Ministries over in Baxter County, so if he's truly interested, he might consider that program if he makes bond.
All right. Your case is set right now for the week of June 5th with a pretrial set for April 21st. You need to get in touch and stay in touch with Mr. Friend, who's representing you on both of these cases through the Public Defender's Office. You may be excused. And Mr. Friend, you need to try to get out there if he doesn't make bond.
Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
Steve bought the responsible 2017 Corolla. That's because Steve makes good decisions, except when he picked up that stray cat. The Corolla comes standard with advanced safety features and loads of tech, making it a great decision. Unlike... Oh, Steve. The 2017 Corolla. Always a good decision.
Right now, get $1,500 customer cash, or qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 60 months on a stylish new 2017 Corolla. Toyota, let's go places.
Hello, this is Michelle from Nature's Wonders. A new year is upon us, and who doesn't love the possibilities that come along with a fresh start or a new beginning? Let us help you achieve and maintain a healthy, active lifestyle in 2017. Come see our large selection of organic and natural grocery, produce, restricted diet items, supplements including detox and energy, and much more. You can make 2017 your healthiest year yet. Nature's Wonders on Highway 65 in Harrison next to Thompson's Ace Hardware. Happy New Year.
(2016-238) State of Arkansas versus Shad Stewart.
Judge, I sent the Public Defender's Office an email yesterday with regard to Mr. Stewart. He has been screened for drug court. Unfortunately, because of jury trials that we had, we were not able to staff Mr. Stewart. So I would ask that the court set him for reappearance on March 10th. However, if Mr. Gibson is around on March 1st, when we have our next staffing, when we have drug court, I guess there's always the possibility that if things go positive for Mr. Stewart, we might be able to resolve it on March 1st.
I won't be here on March 1st. I won't be able to be here on March 1st. I got a trial in another county.
Okay.
So, well, then March 10th.
All right, I'm ordering that Mr. Stewart reappear on March 10th.
If for some reason my day clears up on the 1st and we can dispose of it, I'll let everyone know.
Very well. That will be the order of the court. You may be excused, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
I'm Randall. I work at the on-site lab at Dental Creations on the square at Harrison. Working with Dr. Wanda is great. She's taught me a lot and showed me a lot, and she gives us the freedom to get one-on-one with the patient. If there's a problem, we can actually come out of the back and do what's best for the patient. Having this on-site lab here with the doctors, that's really nice.
Dental Creations on the square in Harrison, next to the Big Red Boot.
You know, we should always remember to have a working smoke detector where we sleep. Let's go! Let's go! Okay, we're all safe, we're all safe. In an emergency, you need a meeting place outside the whole family can meet, so that you know everyone is safe.
2010-52 State of Arkansas versus Michael Shipley.
Judge, this is I believe, a first appearance on a revocation.
Yes. Mr. Shipley, you're appearing here today for what constitutes an arraignment on a revocation petition. The revocation petition was filed January 26th of 2017. The allegations contained in the petition, the specific allegation that's contained in the petition is that On or about September 9th of 2016, Mr. Shipley committed the offenses of delivery of a controlled substance, a Class Y felony, and unlawful use of a communication device, a Class C felony. That was the specific allegation that's contained in the petition. Mr. Shipley, have you arranged to be represented by the Public Defender's Office or any attorney?
Yes, I've proposed Twitter. I have a letter in the mail giving me my court date to provide.
You have on this revocation petition, or is that on the charge?
On the charge. I haven't been sentenced on the charge yet. I haven't even been in court. I just now got my letter a week ago from the Public Defender's Office.
Judge, he's not made an application on the revocation. So
Okay.
that's,
You're here on the revocation petition. That's what you're here for. You'll need to make a separate application to the Public Defender's Office to get representation on this, and that's what we're taking up today.
And Judge, if you can just fill out the application, that looks like where he's sitting, he ain't working and earning money, so we'll stand in today for the purpose of entering a not true to the allegations contained in the petition.
All right. The court will note a plea of not true to the allegations contained in the petition. This matter will be set down. I'm going to set it down for hearing on.
Could we do it on March 24th?
Okay. Set it down for hearing on March 24th.
Yes, George.
Yes.
Is there any way I can walk out on the charge on $50,000 cash vote with Mr. Hampton? Okay, I was planning here being in King County for another Christian-based program. I could be free to do interviews on the phone. Is there any way I can keep my $50,000 escrow bond that I funded out on and be released so I can get this set up to be in Teen Challenge or another Christian-based program? I was even talking to my parents about drug court.
Judge, here's the problem. He's on probation for delivery of methamphetamine, and our allegations are that he continues to deal methamphetamine. Based upon that, I think that no bond on the revocation is more than appropriate.
Mr. Gibson, you haven't had a chance to visit with him at all, have you?
Judge, no, I don't know anything about Mr. Shipley's situation, but I think a man's entitled to a bond to some form or fashion, and it's just an allegation right now. But I do understand it's a serious allegation.
Judge, we've had Mr. Shipley on revocations and contempts before, trying to get his attention. Fortunately for the court, his probation officer is sitting right here, and perhaps the court might want to hear her analysis of her dealings with Mr. Shipley.
Yes, ma'am.
I agree with what Mr. Carter says. I mean, I haven't had his case for very long, probably since September.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have any problems with him reporting, I have to say. You know, he does show up and make contact. My concern is that he continues to seem to engage in the same activities on probation.
Judge, I'd say the underlying case is a 2000, make sure I'm looking at the right one here.
A 2016 case.
Oh.
Is
it Shipley?
Yes. This is Michael Shipley.
My docket shows a 2010 52 is the revocation.
Well, you're talking about the original case.
Correct, Your Honor.
Yeah, that dates from January of 2010. But the basis of the allegation he's being revoked on
is the 16 case.
Is the 2016 case. How was that handled, Mr. Carter? Was that one of the cases? It looks to me like it's one of those cases that came up in that federal investigation.
He is not being federally indicted, Your Honor.
He's not.
He is not.
Do we have a state charge on him?
Yes.
So that's on Judge Putman's docket or another place in the docket?
I believe it's on Judge Putman's docket. Mr. Shipley was telling the court that he has received a letter from the public defender's office with the scheduling order.
And Judge, if the only underlying cause for revocation is the new charge, and he's not been convicted, I think even at that leaves us with the right to give him a bond. He may actually be innocent.
Well, I think he had a bond on the case he's charged with.
Well, if we could make the newest, the 16 case bond stand for the revocation as well, I think that would be fair in light of the circumstances, is if that's the cause of the, what, you said it was a $50,000 bond on the 2016 on the newest criminal case, Mr. Shipley?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you made that bond?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Well,
Judge,
let me ask this. Can counsel be prepared to deal with the revocation on March 24th? Can both sides be ready?
the state can, Your Honor. Your Honor, he may also have a revocation pending in case 2011-239. I don't know if that file is up there or not.
No, the only one is 1052.
He was also served a warrant for a revocation in 2011-229.
Is that, Chris, the same, based on the same?
Based on the same information.
Yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to grant him a bond on this. I'm going to set it for hearing on March 24th, and we'll dispose of the revocation on that date, and then I'll make any further decisions on how that affects his bonding situation.
And Mr. Shipley, to remind you, you need to fill out a new public defender application for this revocation case. If you have two revocation cases, you need an application for every case. Okay? You've got an application that had been appointed on the 2016 case, but you need one for the 2011 and the 2010 case as well. So fill out two more applications and give them to us.
Yes, sir. Keep one.
Two more, yes, sir.
2017-38, State of Arkansas versus James Massey.
If I may approach, Your Honor, he's fairly ill, so we'd like to get him here.
Judge has a warrant out for him, too.
Court's making the appointment of the Public Defender's Office to represent Mr. Massey.
Your Honor, we'd waive a formal reading of the information and a plea of not guilty. The state has just provided discovery, so.
This is it. Okay, Mr. Massey is charged with breaking or entering Class D felonies, 2 counts, and theft of property, 2 counts, Class A misdemeanor, and criminal mischief, first degree, a Class A misdemeanor. And the court is noting, let me catch you up here. Public Defender's Office is appointed, noting a plea of not guilty on this. This matter is assigned to the Division 4 docket of this court, and we're going to set it in accordance with our, let's see. Is the state aware whether or not he was arrested back in November when this investigation was going on? There's some suggestion. I mean, I can see he was interviewed. I'm just trying to. In an abundance of caution, the court's going to set November 16th as an possible arrest date. It may well have been much later than that.
Judge, it probably was. The reason I say that is that he was bonded out on the 20th day of January of 2017.
Yeah. Well, I think that's true, but except that it's clear he was interviewed on the 16th of November, so I'm going to set that date at this point for our purposes. If it becomes an issue, we can go back and review it. But court's going to set this matter for trial within August 7th, the week of August 7th as a trial week. I'm setting it for reappearance on July 24th for a pre-trial hearing, and setting it for June 2nd appearance to check on the status of the case. Mr. Massey, the Public Defender's Office has been appointed to your case. There's going to be a written scheduling order that puts in. You're going to be set for trial in the week of August 7th. You're set for a pretrial hearing on July 24th. That's a date you'll have to be back in court, and also June 2nd you'll have to be back in court. Now, what you need to do is immediately get in touch with the Public Defender's Office, get an appointment so you can get in and meet with Mr. Gibson. All right?
Can I have a paper where I won't forget the date?
Yes, I think the Public Defender's Office personnel are preparing you that. This lady over here in the green blouse, if you look over there, the lady in the green blouse has that piece of paper for you.
Okay.
All right.
I can go?
Huh?
I can go?
You can go.
Thank you.
Judge, with regard to Mr. Massey, we do have a warrant for failure to appear that the court issued on February 10th, and the Sheriff's Office is here to serve it. However, in looking at his bond...
Is that on this one?
Yes.
This case?
I've been bonded out on that.
However, Judge, when I look at his bond papers, it sort of gave the 17th, it looks like, as his court date, not the 10th.
I showed that his warrant was issued on the 10th and served on the 17th.
And he bonded out on that, apparently.
Kevin is my bondsman. He bonded me out 2 times.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So, you may go. You're out on bond.
Apparently his original warrant wasn't read to him.
Yeah.
Are we going to
We can just withdraw the warrant. Okay. Let's at this point, let's go forward.
I can go there, right?
You can go, sir.
In Court on TKO8 Television is brought to you in part by Campbell Bonding Company. Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company.